Welcome soul family. Today we are doing the reading, personality reading for Namjoon Hyuk, and without wasting your time, let's get into it. When I look at his central card, it basically tells me that, he's somebody who is very hardworking, very determined, stubborn, persistent. These are his characteristics. He's the kind of person, when you have a very difficult job, you will give it to him because he will get the job done, no matter what he has to go through to get it done. And when we see the combination of the 10 of Swords with the 9 of Wands, I just feel his life has been very, very difficult. He has faced multiple betrayals, multiple criticisms. He has somebody very critical in his life from a very early age. And, he has developed strength by pushing back on that person. It might not mean necessarily just one person, but maybe, where he was brought up, maybe he had to face a lot of issues, a lot of criticism, and a lot of difficulties. And that has made him a very strong, determined guy. But it also has left a little bit, damage in him, and where he doesn't trust people easily. He expects life to be difficult. He expects that he has to power through everything. He also thinks that he won't get things there's this belief in him that he don't want to get things easily. Life is not easy. I'm not lucky. Those are the kind of things which go on in his mind. And if you see his past, I think in the past influences, there were issues about money. But in future, we see a lot of a new beginning, a bright future for him. So even though he had maybe financial issues when he was young, his future is going to be bright, and there's recently now going to be a new beginning, starting all over again for him. He's going to start all over again. And look at his identity cards. I think in his past, he identifies basically with friendship and connection and emotional bonding. And he has been hurt in that before. And so he carries the energy of a lot of heartbreak, a lot of, somebody has taken his trust, taken his love, and then, he has felt, left out by that person. So when I look at his identity cards, but he's a very warm, loving guy. I mean, this is what I would feel when I look at this card. He's somebody who gives easily, who gives support easily, and for whom friendship is very important. He might have been naive, a bit naive earlier, and he has learned the life lessons, over a period of time, going through a lot of up and down relationships. That is what I feel he has gone through. In the public, I think he shies away from the public. He appears to me, that he shies away from showing his emotional self, especially in public. He doesn't like to show or be vulnerable and, to the public. And that's the reason why he shies away from that. He walks away. He tries to keep away from the public eye. It's amazing that he chose a career which he has chosen, because it's not that he doesn't like to be out actually in the public eye. He doesn't like his celebrity status. Internally, as a private person, he's actually emotionally in a very good place. He's emotionally satisfied. He doesn't need somebody else actually to make him feel better. I think he's someone who is, over a period of time, because he's gone through so many difficulties, developed a lot of sympathy and empathy in him. And he's somebody who can give you very good emotional support because of that. Because he knows what hardships of life is. And he knows, that I can give you a helping hand and I can help you out. So he's that kind of person internally. Someone who's very emotionally satisfied. He's not going to cling on you or try to get his emotional high from you. He knows he has enough self-love to know how to make himself feel better. What are his fears and desires? Very interesting combination of cards. This whole reading is very interesting. So he desires, he fears the devil. So in the sense, he fears being attached. He fears being addicted. He fears being, compelled by anyone or for any reason into any sort of prison. That's what his fear is. And I think it's connected to relationships also, because I feel he fears control. And because he has had somebody very controlling in his life who was very critical, and so he fears that he will go back into the same kind of pattern. I think he has worked hard to come out of it, and now there is no more that relationship or whichever was there no more controls him. But because it happened, he fears the kind of controlling relationship. What does he desire? He desires change. He's this kind of person who loves change over and over again. When I went through his interviews, I don't think I felt that he was this kind of person. I thought he's a kind of person who will be happy, in the same kind of routine. But actually, he's not somebody of routine. He likes to, he gets bored with routine. He's somebody who needs constant change to feel happy. That is what at least I read this as. I don't know how accurate this reading would be, but because I really have not studied him in detail. So let's go to his career. Okay, so this is his Namjoon Hyuk spread for his career. In his past, we have the Knight of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Nine of Pentacles. This tells me, I think he had friends who really helped him to get into showbiz, into his career. I think he was encouraged by his friends. And it kind of fell into his lap, the career which he is in right now. I don't think he was meaning to be in this career, but it just kind of happened and it just took off. And he had people who helped him out, okay, to get into this. That is how I would see it. And when we have his present is also looking very good. We have the Ace of Pentacles, new project coming, definitely, which is going to make him a lot of money. We have the Six of Pentacles. The universe is very, very generous to him right now. And he has Three of Cups, just a happy thing. It's a reason for celebration. He's really going to do well, or he is doing well in his career right now. He's having a new good project coming up, which is going to be the project is going to do really well. Let me see if this prediction comes through. Whichever his next project is going to be, it's going to do really well, be really popular, and he's going to really celebrate. This is going to be one of those projects which he's going to, be really seen much more by the world. And in the future, we have the Sun, which is obviously even a much better card. Again, a lot of brilliant light coming into his career. We have the Ace of Swords. Again, a new project. This project is going to be much more connected to the mind somehow, I feel. It could be a psychological thriller kind of thing, a lot to do with the mind. And it's going to make him a lot of money again. So I see career-wise, he's doing well. There are very, very bright cards for him coming up for his career. And I'm so happy to see this. The energy of this is so much better than when I saw the previous thing. And I'm so happy for him. Yeah, way to go. Let's look at his love life now. Namjoon Hyuk's love life. Okay, so when I look at his past, he was in love in the past, and it was a very nice relationship. And then we have the Devil, where we have somebody who came and interfered with it, who manipulated the relationship. And then we have the Ten of Swords, complete defeat. So this is what happened in his past. Okay, and this is, I think, way past which we're looking at. not quite the recent past. And if we look at the present, we have the Page of Cups, we have the Ace of Wands, and the Seven of Cups. I think right now he has a lot of choices actually for his love life. There are many people who are interested in him. A new fresh relationship could be somewhere just around the corner. And then you have the Page of Cups over here, which is such an amazing card. You have a person half here and half up. And then you have like a pig which is having wings falling into a cup. And then you have somebody here making the heart sign, and a very interesting card. So I think a new relationship is there for him somewhere around the corner. Okay, and it's a lot of emotions. With this guy, it's all about emotions. A new passionate relationship would start. And his future, we have the Two of Cups, we have the Death and Rebirth, and we have Ten of Pentacles. So I think, yeah, we are going to see him, you know, with somebody, I think, soon. That person is going to be such that it's going to change him from, you know, inside out. And he's going to settle down with her. Now, when this will happen, let us see. When is this future card predicted? When is he going to be in that relationship? When is he going to find the one who changes him completely? When is he going to find the one who changes him completely? This year itself. Okay. So we should watch out for this guy, because he's going to meet somebody soon, and the person is going to change him in and out. And I think what we need to do is watch his latest project. Let's see who he is with there. I'm not saying that it has to be that person. It could be somebody else who he just meets offhand work. It necessarily doesn't mean that he has to be with someone who will who will work with him. It could be anybody else he could meet offhand, and then, you know, develop a deep relationship with that person. So I see a very bright future for him. He's going to find the person, you know, who he loves. And the person is going to have a very, very deep impact on him. And I love that he has a Ten of Pentacles, which is, you know, family, children, very well satisfied with life. And I'm so happy to find that he's going to find this future, because it is so well deserved. I hope you all enjoyed this reading, and if you all did, please give it a thumbs up, and if you all have any questions, please comment. I love to hear from you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.